Come on, let's go! Who's that?
Are you alright, sir?
Thank you for your help. They caught me off guard.
Who are you?
I am Moire, the high priest of this temple. I oversee the sanctuary just up ahead.
Where's Gaudius?
I am afraid that it's too late. The moon door has already been opened. And Cress, the Moon Kingdom, will soon be reawakened.
But what will happen then?
The Moon Kingdom Cress gathers up the power of dreaming and gives form to Phantomile. In other words, it's the land where all things are created. Gaudius is trying to turn dreams into nightmares and unleash evil upon the world.
There must be a way. It's not over yet. We can't just give up. Even if the Moon Kingdom has appeared, we have to stop Gaudius.
All right. I'll let you two give it a try. Go into the sanctuary.
Right!
The solar eclipse gives the enemy power. You must attack them when there is light.
If we have to attack the enemy when there's light, that would also mean that they're more dangerous when it's dark, right?
All right, let's go!
Greetings, citizens of the internet! You can call me Nitro Indigo, and welcome back to my extremely riveting Let's Play of Klonoa for the Wii. In the last episode, we went to the Temple of the Sun and learned a bit of Gaudius' backstory, and in this episode we're going further up the Temple of the Sun. Now, if you weren't paying attention to the cutscene, the gimmick is that there's a solar eclipse, and when it's dark, these platforms you can stand on, but the enemies become invincible. And when it's light, you can attack the enemies, but the platforms disappear. But also, the music that was playing in the cutscene just there, it's called Nevertheless. It always reminded me of Mount Thunder from Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team. And I also realised earlier on today that the Mount Thunder theme in turn reminds me of Carol of the Bells. So make of that what you will. I say that a lot. And second of all, the Moon Kingdom is called Cress, and while I know it's supposed to be derived from Crescent, and I can at least give them credit for being original and not calling it like Lunar or something, it just kind of silly because it always reminded me of Watercress, and I know for a fact that I'm not the only person who's thought that because Tessellating Hexagons is running gag through the end of this Klonoa Let's Play, the Egg and Cress Sandwich the Egg and Cress Sandwich Kingdom. Well, it wasn't really a running gag, it's just that he called Cress the Egg and Cress Sandwich King to be funny. And when I first heard it, I thought he was saying Megan Cress, like Megan Cress was some kind of famous cook or something. The famous cook Megan Cress. But also, I wonder if the Moon Door is the titular Door to Phantomile, which is not called in this. The game is not called Door to Phantomile in this translation of this version of the game, but it is technically called Door to Phantomile. I don't know why they got rid of the subtitle. I guess it's because to make it more marketable, to make it look like it was the first game in the franchise. I don't know. Yeah, like this was like, oh yeah, the original plan for this game was that if this game did well, they'd remake Klonoa 2 and then they'd make a new Klonoa game, but obviously that didn't happen because this game failed really badly. It sold really badly is what a better way to word what I said. And also the symbols on top of the doors in this stage are not octopuses, they're suns, so that's pretty cool. It kind of reminds me of this old-fashioned paintings of the sun with a face. Also, I suppose that since there's a solar eclipse, all my constant babbling about Fullmetal Alchemist isn't that off topic after all. But that's just me. Okay, so... No, wait a minute. Where the heck am I supposed to go? Oops. I've forgotten where I'm supposed to go. I'm going to have to wait for it to go dark so I can get on these platforms. Perfect. Also, that reminds me of like Splatoon. There's this like, one of the things that Callie and Marie, or Mary, or however you pronounce her name, and say is that the game that you play on the loading screens, Squid Jump, is one of them. I can't remember who said it, but it was one of their favourite. Someone said it was their favourite splatformer. And this is the correct way. That's good. It's good that I know what I'm doing. Because a common complaint I've had with myself over these past few videos, a common complaint I've had with myself, that was very poorly worded, I'm sorry. I complain myself a lot that I don't know where I'm going, I don't know what to talk about, so I always prepare a list of things to talk about before I start the video, start recording the Let's Play video, but the problem is I don't always, those lists aren't always that long, and sometimes I forget things. Like I forgot to mention in episode 5 that I first met Tessellating Hexagons because I commented on episode 5 of his Klonoa Let's Play, which covers the same levels that mine does, because I'm following the pacing of his, because he's better at Let's Playing than I am. And of course, I kind of wanted to be a Let's Player ever since I discovered Lucky 7DX a long time ago, like in 2012-ish. But Tessellating Hexagons is like the first really time I talked to a Let's Player, if that makes any sense. Oh, wait, why am I asking if that makes sense? Of course it makes sense. I talked to a Let's Play for the first time. What is made nonsensical about that? And if you... there's a room where you can just skip a large chunk of the level by just jumping onto a platform, but it's not this one. It's the level immediately above. No, it's not actually. What am I talking about? Maybe it's only in a PlayStation version. I don't want to dig myself into a hole, so I'm just going to stop talking in circles. See what I mean? But anyway, if you watch these videos, regardless of what you think, I'd like to see what you think of them, so I don't feel like I'm just talking to myself on my own, like a kind of lonely Jane. Because as I talked about previously, I'd like to talk about games I like, talk about games I like with people that aren't Pokemon. But don't worry, I'm not the only person who's ever gone around in circles in a Let's Play of this game, but I'll get to that when I get to that, and I need to do something with these guys. Oh, I had to throw something at them while I was over there, and now I'm going to not fall and not die, and now I'm going to fall and die. Kind of reminds me of actually this stage in Spyro called Dark Passage, or Nightmare Road in Japanese, which I think is a lot cooler. But basically there's a whole gimmick of the level is that when it's dark all the enemies become dangerous. I really like watching Let's Plays of Spyro the Dragon for some reason, and I fell again. This is like, the first one I watched was Tessellating Hexagons, but I can watch lots of people's Let's Plays of it without ever getting bored. Tessellating Hexagons is still my favourite, but that might be what I like to call primary bias, where you think that the thing you expose to first is the best. If there's an actual name for that, please let me know, but for now, I'm just going to call it primary bias. This is a very pretty level, by the way. Even though it's all like gritty and stuff, it's still very pretty. It's pretty gritty. That could be the title of the video, but I might change my mind. Oh, and also, on the map screen, you may have noticed that there's a green dream crystal underneath the stage. That means you've collected all the dream crystals in it, and I have it on every stage except for 4-2, because as I have previously shown, I skipped a whole section of it when I was replaying the level just to save time. And it was an optional Mirror Fairies section. Also, these kind of remind me of Capsule J's from Kirby. Because Capsule J, if you don't know, is the enemy that gives you the jet ability, and these kind of dive bomb you. And the other person's failure I was talking about involves a giant moo in this level, which is why I'm mentioning it. But we'll get to that when we get to that once again, because it will make sense when we actually see the part he was failing at. Is this? I don't know if this is the correct. Oh wait, this is an optional side area. I'm glad I didn't miss that because I didn't know which way was the correct way. How do I make go, as tessellating hexagons would say. You see, because I only played this game for the first time last year, that is 2017. I don't really have as many memories of it as like a game, the next game I'm going to Let's Play, which I don't really have as many memories of. Just most of the games I've Let's Played so far are games I've played relatively recent. I played for the first time within the last few years, but my next Let's Play is going to be a game from my childhood. It's not really been that big, and I realised I forgot to flip that switch. I thought for some reason, and it was the light that platform would go back, even though that's not that platform, that blockade I'm going to call it, even though that's not how it works. But I do have anecdotes about this game, just not many. And thankfully I am enjoying playing this game. This isn't like Kirby's Dream Land 3 where I didn't keep playing Kirby's Dream Land 3, it was boring. That was Wind Waker where I just kind of gave up because the videos would just drag on for really long, which is why I like doing short games. And also, like, I always got the idea that Let's Plays got a bit surprised to see like really short Let's Plays, because the first Let's Play I ever saw was Lucky70X's Let's Play Spirit Tracks, which is like 50 videos long. And his longest Let's Play is Pokemon Heart Gold Nuzlocke, which is probably one of my favourite Let's Plays of all time. Mainly because of Janine's Venomoth, which I submitted to Great Moments in LPing ages ago, and it still hasn't appeared on there. And that's a bit of a clever bit because you have to flip the blockade back. Or is this the room where you can skip? No, there isn't a room where you can skip a bunch in this version. What am I thinking of? I don't know. Oh, this is the part where you can skip a bunch of it if you just jump well, but I'm going to do it the legitimate way. So I wasn't talking complete nonsense after all. But anyway, I really like it in like games where you get to climb, and I also like the time of day here. It looks a bit the time of day here. The sky's changed a bit. Also, the gimmick of this level is not this level. This section of the level is that you have to flip switches to get a Moo out of a cage, and the way I really like the weird cylindricalness of them. This kind of reminds me of Sonic Lost World, even though this came first. I get irrationally really angry when people hate on Sonic Lost World, and I don't know why, because I've never even played that game. I just always had this like idea that it was a good game, but I've never actually played it. And here's the fail I was talking about. You see that armoured giant Moo down there? In his Let's Play of this game, Tessellating Hexagon spent absolutely ages trying to kill it, trying to get Dream Crystals out of it, only to discover that it did not have any Dream Crystals in it. And there's another switch that I need to flip, and I completely forgot about. So I'm glad I checked. It's down there. So I'm not the only person who fails at this game. And also, I mean, Tessellating Hexagons has also apologised profusely throughout videos about the quality of his commentary, so I'm not alone, but putting yourself down constantly in videos is not fun to watch, so I'm going to try to avoid doing that from now on. And also I like how these little glowy crystal thingies show you if the time of day is about to change, but I can't really see. Like, in the night, they're on. In the night, they're on. And I completely dropped that Moo and have to go back up again, but it's going to respawn anyway, so that's good. And also this thing here kind of looks like a Moona. Also, I have the vaguest memories of like going to some like used a retro shop and seeing this like Wii game. I can't remember what it was called for the life of me, but it was about these weird spark creatures, and I don't know what it was called. And I have forgotten what you have to do with that Moo, so oops. I mean, I'm sure I'll figure it out eventually, but still. Yeah, I really like the idea of constantly ascending in a game. Like, because I really like the idea of like climbing towards, basically you're climbing towards the stars pretty much. I'm such an idiot. You're supposed to use this move to double jump over here. Duh. Oh, I was really almost missed there and I forgot to pop that thing, so I'm going to pop the checkpoint real quickly. Oh, I mentioned earlier about tessellating hexagons not knowing that he had to kill, not knowing that giant moo contained dream crystals, and this kind of brings me to something I want to talk about.
We finally made it to the altar.
The little brats again.
Guardius!
You failed me, Joker.
My lord! It's just that these children are stronger than they seem, even though they're so weak. Though I did try.
It doesn't matter.
Phew. Guardius, just what is it you're planning on doing?
Planning. Nothing more than simple revenge.
Revenge?
Yes, upon the fools who imprisoned me in darkness. And who, even now, indulge themselves in pointless dreams. I'll drown you and this worthless world in a sea of nightmares. The songstress is in my power. And within the Moon Kingdom lies the egg of destruction. Soon it will reveal its true form to the world. The time has come.
Guardius!
Klonoa, we have to go after him.
There will be no need for that. Huh? Do you not understand? We are going to settle this right here and now. My pride will accept nothing less. It's time you children learned one final lesson. With the strength I've obtained from the power of darkness.
So, here's the thing I wanted to talk about, because I deliberately paused myself because I thought the cutscene was coming up, and it was, is that great moments in LPing. I've submitted lots of clips of great moments in LPing, including a couple of things I mentioned earlier on in this video, which were tessellating hexagons, spending ages killing the giant moo only to realise there are no dream crystals in it, and Lucky 7DX failing against Janine's Venomoth. I got a Twitter account just to submit a bunch of things to great moments in LPing, but so far only one of those things has ever appeared on their channel, and that was the one where Marilyn makes fun of Quagsire, which I didn't actually think was as funny as some of the other things I've submitted. And some of these things were submitted as early as like July 2017. But instead, we get just constant Runaway Guys clips every single week, pretty much. Like, I sometimes jokingly call it great moments in the Runaway Guys. And I get it, they're Let's Players, they've just as much of a right to be on there as anyone else. It's not like, I'm not like the people who kept trying to ban Pixar from r/movie details and then I quit because of those people just annoying me so much because they eventually succeeded in a way. But it's just getting really boring after a while, it's just bias. I mean, obviously, yeah, I mean, like, I understand it is just a YouTube channel owned by someone, not like a company or something, but it's just really a bit annoying. And I've kind of just given up hope that anything I've submitted will ever appear on there, because it's not going to. The point I'm trying to make here is that I'm just kind of, my patience has wore thin with the great moments in LPing a long time ago, and I'm still subscribe to the amount of some kind of hope that that one day something else I submitted will appear on there. And some of the ones I've submitted include the Destroyer 229, I think, or whatever his name. Yeah, he's the Destroyer 229. Accidentally killing himself with dynamite in the first episode of Kirby 64. I actually watched his Kirby 64 Let's Play all the way through, and then I played the game. Sometimes I watch Let's Plays like a substitute for playing the game, and then I go and play the game anyway and just get bored of it. Which is why I got Knight's Journey of Dreams the other week, but because of scintillating hexagons, this entire Let's Play of it, I haven't had the motivation to play it, and I got it just with the intent of streaming it, but will I stream it? Who knows. Alternatively, I might stream the bonus stuff for Kirby's Dream Land 3, but I don't want to get into the habit of discussing conditional things in Let's Plays because it just makes the videos really dated. Also, I saw someone point this out in a YouTube comment, is that, actually I don't think it was a YouTube comment, oh my god, I just died about noticing it, and I saw someone point this out once, that this arena was laid out like a clock, because like, there are torches on the side, and when it turns dark they go on, and there's 12 of them. That wasn't very well, I keep saying, stop saying that's not very well, that wasn't very well worded, because insulting myself constantly is not a good habit to have. Also, Joker's hat kind of reminds me of ice cream for some reason. And he also kind of reminds me of Dementio from Super Paper Mario, and Guardius kind of looks like Count Black. To be honest, I don't really like the plot of Super Paper Mario that much, because the whole reason I got interested in it because I watched Trevor Conroy's Let's Play and then got the game for myself, and I didn't really have the motivation to play it, and that was a few years ago. Is that like I was really interested in the story because I remember reading about this on the Mario Wiki for a very long time about whole Tippy's backstory, which I'm not going to go into because that would be kind of rude to spoil a game. But like, I've actually seen a Let's Plays game, it just kind of feels like everything in the plot isn't really explained that well. It's all a bit vague, and the plot twist about who the real villain is just kind of feels kind of rushed and a bit random. And then then he merges with spoilers with the final boss, and the explanation for that also feels a bit rushed. And also and I didn't really understand the whole backstory thing until I started reading about it on the internet, because maybe it was because I wasn't paying attention, I don't know. Also, also the sound effects that the coloured blocks make when you walk on them during the darkness kind of reminds me of that old Keyboard Cat video from 50 million years ago. Why do I really like number 50 million? I don't know. I mean, it's during an eclipse, and the number 50 million, which is the population of Mestris, which is the country that Foremost Alchemist takes place in. So make of that what you will. Also, this weird bloom effect throughout this game, like you can see it around Joker right now. And it's a lot more bloomy than Wind Waker, probably because it's not HD. And also there's this weird black border around the whole game, and it has nothing to do with my TV settings because I've zoomed the screen all the way. I've like adjusted the screen in my Wii U settings, and it still has that border, and it's only appears to be part of the seems to be part of the game because it's not on the Wii menu either. And I don't know what it is or how it got there. Where did I come from? Where did I go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eyed Lust? I don't know what how the black border got there, or what it's doing, what it's your purpose in life, black border. I tried zooming in on it when I was editing episode 6, but it ended up like it was a bit too. Basically the cropping thing in Power Directive, you basically get a box that says in 16:9 aspect ratio, and you drag it around the video, and I couldn't get I didn't have the dexterity to crop it exactly around the black borders, and I have to do this whole thing again. I might use a speed up montage here. finally managed to beat this boss. It's an Easter miracle. Also, the sound effect that plays when Joker detransforms sounds like it's from Skyward Sword.
It appears that my time has finally come to an end. Defeated, disgraced, humiliated. But even so, it would seem the time has come. Listen closely to the sound of the Moon Kingdom reawakening. Soon, you will also be in darkness, in nightmares. In a world of destruction and nothingness. Lord Guardians!
Nightmare energy is spreading out all over the world.
Jump on, you two.
That's Pamela!
Fun fact, in the original version of this game, the cutscene that just played, specifically the point starting from when the moon pendant appears, was a full motion video. The third one in the game, the first one was an opening montage made of a few original clips and other cutscenes in the game that isn't in this version. The second was the opening cutscene with the whole dream sequence and stuff. Anyway, next time in my extremely riveting Let's Play of Klonoa for the Wii, we shall be going back into Vision 5-2 to find the collectible person, which I only just realised that I missed, and I also accidentally pressed wrong and went to Vision 1-1 for a moment. And then we will be going into Vision 6-1. Until then, stay interesting!